What's up, YouTube? Man, my front camera really sucks. um, but today it's raining, as you can see. Where's the rain coming from? I think from over here. I'm wearing an all-black fit today, because, oh, look at that. It doesn't really register on camera as much. In person, it looks really cool. Today, it's raining, and normally I feel better when it's raining, than days where it's like super sunny outside or anything. I tend to find comfort in the stuff people don't like that much, although I feel like rain has been getting a lot more appreciation lately. Hopefully the rain sounds relax you. They relaxed me a little. But I just kind of wanted to talk about feelings of worthlessness, because I've been feeling pretty worthless lately. I think I'm not really great at anything I do. I'm not a great filmmaker, and I'm not a great writer. I'm not a great artist either. I mean, in general, because filmmaking is a type of art, writing is a type of art. But, just like, as in drawing, I'm not great at that. And I'm not gonna talk about specifics here, but I've had a lot of stuff in my life, like from when I was in elementary school all the way up until now, where I just feel really worthless. And I mean, I've gotten most of it out of my system. I didn't want to like get emotional on camera. But you know, people might say like it's fine if you're not a great artist or a great writer or particularly smart or anything like that, because your value isn't determined by what you do. And that's true, and that can be an uplifting thought for many people. But for me, it just kind of makes me feel worse, because it's like, okay, then why, if my value doesn't come from my actions or what I create or something, then where does it come from? I don't really have a friend group that I talk to super consistently, and most of my friends are like, I don't think there's a term for it, but kind of like convenience friends. Like you guys are friends because you guys go to the same school and have like the same classroom and stuff, but really you guys don't hang out with each other, and you know, like the moment it stops, you guys aren't gonna talk to each other anymore. And I've always like tried to do my best to be like kind and be people's friends, and I don't do it with the sorry, the water from my umbrella just went down on my hand. I don't do it with the expectation to get a friendship or anything out of it, but it's just, after so long, you'd think I'd have something, you know? You think I'd have a friend group or a partner or someone who calls me their best friend, and I don't. And I feel really alone and worthless, and like what I do doesn't matter. Like my writings don't matter and stuff. And I just want to say here, I'm not suicidal. Which you might be like, well, you say you're worthless, and it's like, well, yeah, but I do know my mom and dad would be sad if anything ever happened to me, so just gotta keep going until I'm old. Hopefully something changes. I don't think it will, but there's always like a 0.0000001% chance it does. And I think that's worth staying alive for. This is just how I feel in this current moment. And really have felt for most of my life, but sorry, I have to switch hands. This arm's getting really tired. Oops. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna get into specifics, but trust me, guys. People say you're not worthless. You have friends. You have stuff. All I really have is family, and immediate family at that. Some extended family did not treat me the best when I was younger, and I get that it's everyone's first time living, and they likely didn't mean to hurt me, but it still was part of my development. It was still hurtful. And I just want someone who says I'm their best friend, or a friend group that I actually hang out with, or a partner. Because I like treating people nicely, and it's awesome. But sometimes I just wish I got treated that way too. And I haven't. You know, after I decided I was like gonna give up filmmaking and all that, professionally, like I just said, yeah, I'm never gonna be a Martin Scorsese or a Tim Burton or anything like that. I'm probably just gonna end up making YouTube videos, like small skits or whatever, like I did when I was a child, and that I never grew from there, and started feeling worthless and stuff. I started to get like signs kind of saying that I wasn't, but it happens every single time I feel that way. And some people might say like it's great, that's awesome, you know, God doesn't think you're worthless, and I'm sure that's what he means, but sometimes it feels like a cruel joke, because I mean, realistically, if you don't care, it doesn't hurt. But then I get something telling me I should care, and nothing changes, and I still don't have a group of friends, and I'm still alone. I just don't have anyone who calls me their best friend, and people don't treat me with the kindness I should have gotten by now. And I don't. If my actions can't change that, because I mean, I think we all know love can't be bargained, or you know, if you do a lot of nice stuff for someone, they're not gonna like fall in love with you either, like as a friend or romantically, because love just doesn't work like that. Which is fair. I don't expect, again, me doing those nice things to lead to people being my friend, loving me platonically or romantically. But I feel like someone should have by now. Just even as a best friend. Even, sorry, I have to try to make my voice deeper so I don't end up getting emotional on camera. But I feel as if My voice tends to get higher when I'm emotional. Sorry. But I feel as if, well, people say go out, make friends, be nice. Go out, go to clubs, join stuff where people have the same interests as you, and you'll make a friend. And I haven't. And sorry, I'm getting sore again. And if my actions don't contribute to my worth, then what does? I mean, why do people tell me I'm worth little or worth nothing? I do my best to be kind to people. And people really only come to me when they have problems. And then I give them advice to fix it for it, and then they leave me undelivered. I feel more like a support system than a friend a lot of the time. And, you know, what am I supposed to do if actions don't even, like, change the way people think? What am I supposed to do? It's been 21 years and nothing's changed. I started watching the Hobbit trilogy. I know, crazy segue. I started watching the Hobbit trilogy with my brother. And it reminded me of later on in Lord of the Rings, Sam's speech about how the stories that really mattered, because I've been inspired by stories my whole life, and I always expected, you know, not necessarily to get a happily ever after, because you have to continue living and problems always continue, but at least, like, people in those stories, like, their faith was rewarded and they got something which made them happy. Maybe it's too early. Maybe I'm just 21 and I'm being over dramatic, but 21 years of not being treated super well. I mean, I'm the common factor in all of this, and I've done my best to be kind and be approachable and approach others, and I can't make friends, or I haven't been asked out. No one has liked me. And I feel like I'm unlovable, not just in a romantic sense, but also friendship-wise. If I end up being alone, that's fine. As in romantically, that's fine. Not everyone ends up with someone, but most people have friends at least. They have someone who calls them their best friend at least. And I want that. It looks really nice outside. The camera doesn't fully capture it. But the rain made me feel a little bit better. I don't know. Hopefully things change, but I'm not holding my breath on it. I mean, it's been 21 years, a pretty consistent pattern, and there hasn't been any indication that pattern will stop. It's kind of led to me feeling more alone around people than I do when I'm physically alone. Because at least when I'm physically alone, I can say, well, if there were people here, you know, they'd hang out with me and all that stuff, but then when there's people there and no one cares and no one pays attention. It's like that. Maybe, I don't know. I pray things change, but they haven't so far, but it's fine. I believe in God always. I don't like to end my videos on a sad note, so I'll talk through some cool things, I guess. Oh, okay, I was able to flip the camera. Let me just grab a better hold of my phone. I have these flowers in my yard, and they look pretty cool. I mean, obviously they're fake because they have lights inside of them, but yeah. That's really all I have, which that's kind of sad, but yeah. Hopefully the rain sounds were relaxing. I know I like rain sounds. I also really like the aesthetic of things being wet like that. I think it looks like really cool, especially at night. The sky doesn't look as cool on camera as it does in real life, sadly. Oh, the wind blew a chair. Yeah, so I guess moral of the story is, if you have friends, please cherish them. If you have a partner, obviously, like, if they're not compatible with you or like abusive, I don't condone staying with them, but you know, like, be appreciative of them too, if you can. If you have someone who calls you their best friend, appreciate that as well, because you have something amazing. And I know it seems like everyone has it, but not everyone does, and you're really lucky. And if you don't have someone, you just gotta keep on living and hope things change, even if they haven't for 21 years or longer. And now my hands are getting really tired, so I think I'm going to end the video around now. Goodbye.